for October excitement on ESPN. NFL Dream Season peaks as the best ever team is crowned at the Dream Bowl. The fall colors are spectacular on college football Saturdays. Top golfers shoot for the game's richest prize at the Nabisco Championships. The USA continues its battle for a World Cup soccer berth, while Olympic hopefuls seek a spot on America's World Championship gymnastics team. All in October on ESPN.
My baby, the sweet green earth, and a pure simple meal made America's way.
A lean quarter-pounder hot off the grill with crispy golden fries.
America's meat and potatoes.
I'm home.
That's McDonald.
No.
Can't beat it. Can't stop it. Can't top it. Can't stop it. Feeling you get from Coca-Cola classic. Can't beat it. Can't beat the feeling.
Explosive Reggie Cobb leads. You're watching ESPN, the Total Sports Network.
ESPN, celebrating its 10th year as the world's leader in motorsports coverage, presents Speedworld.
Down the back straightaway.
So it's our second caution period of the afternoon. This one because of an accident coming out of turn number 2 involving several cars, but all of them are able to keep going. Here comes Richard Petty now into the pits. Greg Sachs, who initially spun, is in.
There's Spencer's car.
Some major damage on Spencer's car. Spencer pulling behind the wall in the 88 machine, and the leader, Dick Trickle, comes in.
Boy, this was a break for him because he was about to come into the pits and is now there, and Dick Bergman is in that area.
Everybody here has a grid on, including the driver of this car, Dick Trickle. They know what a break they have just gotten. The other leaders had to pit under green flag conditions. These guys have pitted under the caution, and they're going to take 4 tires. Meanwhile, Jerry punches up with Rusty Wallace.
G4. We've completed 83 laps of the Atlanta Journal 500 from Atlanta International Raceway, and we'll be right back.
When we set out to engineer the ultimate spark plug, we put in a lot of long hours. We utilized a lot of revolutionary thinking. And all the while, our competition thought we were just shooting for the moon. Unfortunately for them, we shot a bit higher than that. Bosch Platinum, the ultimate spark plug.
Available at Kmart and other fine auto parts stores. Installed at most precision tune centers.
I say, put on some steaks and get the Queen a Bud Light.
Oh. For clean, fresh taste, one light outshines them all. Bud Light.
Henry, they're Pop-Tops.
Because everything else is just a light.
From dawn's early light till the sun is set. Great crusade and you don't know when to quit.
Quaker State exceeds every single car maker's U.S. requirements for maximum engine protection. That's why in Atlanta, Georgia, the engine in every fire truck, every police car, every Atlanta city-owned vehicle is a Quaker State engine. The big Q stands for quality. Always has, always will.
The caution is out and pit stops are being made on lap number 84. The reason for the caution, some debris on the backstretch that they are retrieving right now. Speed of the Atlanta Journal 500. Back in just a moment.
George 117 in pursuit of additional backup. Do you copy? 117. Let's get a roadblock.
Chopper 1, do you receive?
Chopper 1 coming east. I'll light it up.
More police cars come on Goodyear Eagle radios than any other brand of tires. Why? Because they want it that way. Goodyear Eagles, there really is a difference.
You know, Rusty's so extremely talkative that some people think I'm the quiet one. It's just that Xerox antifreeze coolant appeals to my calm, cool demeanor. It protects my engine in extreme cold, down to 84 below. Now, I'm sure if Rusty could, he'd go on and on about how Xerox protects in extreme heat, up to 276 degrees. But he graciously suggested I do this spot alone. Right, Rusty?
Xerox antifreeze coolant, because extreme conditions demand extreme protection.
The 1989 Winston Cup Championship is on the line today at the Atlanta Journal 500. Live here on ESPN from Atlanta International Raceway. Our Speedworld coverage is being brought to you by Ford and your Ford dealer. Have you driven a Ford lately? By Xerox, the antifreeze coolant for extreme conditions. And by Budweiser, Beechwood Aged, for that clean, crisp taste. This Bud's for you. Top 10, A.J. Foyt is the leader, Ken Schrader second, followed by Dale Earnhardt, Dick Trickle, and Jeff Bodine. He is 2 laps down, and Mark Martin is 1 lap down to the field. In the Atlanta Journal 500 with 100 laps completed.
Why is Ford Ranger America's most popular compact truck? Well, the Ranger XLT has a 660 powertrain warranty and cast aluminum wheels. The Chevy doesn't. Ford Ranger has anti-lock rear brakes and electronic fuel injection. And Ranger has it all for less money than Chevy. You can bank on it. The toughest competition we have is ourselves.
Save big on all Ford Ranger pickups during November Truck Month at your Ford dealer.
Anyone care for an ice cold Bud?
Where does she come from?
1981, a year of first-time winners. Dover, Delaware in May of '81. The first win for both car owner Junie Donlevy and driver Jody Ridley. In over 500 races as a car owner, this remains as Donlevy's only victory. Winston Cup champion, stay with us.
Being a part of the U.S. Armed Forces is an experience you can be proud of.
Opportunity is waiting for you in the U.S. Armed Forces.
Don't stop short of the beat, because second best won't do. There's a pride in peak performance, and the top was made for you.
Piece of beat, you won't stop short of the beat.
Every time that green flag drops, or whenever the temperature does, I want the maximum going for me. That's why I've got peak on my car and in my car every time.
Don't stop short of the beat. No, don't stop short of the beat.
There's a rough road ahead with no end in sight.
Quaker State engines don't know when to quit.
Quaker State is quality engineered to exceed every single American, European, and Japanese car maker's U.S. requirements for maximum engine protection.
So pistons are protected from friction mile after mile. Valves are protected from wear year in, year out.
That's why Quaker State engines run strong and run long.
Quaker State engines don't know when to quit.
The big Q stands for quality. Always has, always will.
The nation's top teams battle toward the season's first tournament championship in a Madison Square Garden showdown. It's the Dodge NIT semifinals, Wednesday night at 7 Eastern, live on ESPN.
Here are the top 10 at the end of 116 of 328 laps in the Atlanta Journal 500. Dale Earnhardt, the leader. Ken Schrader second, followed by Dick Trickle, Sterling Marlin, and Jeff Bodine. Davey Allison, Lake Speed, Neil Bonnet, Ricky Rudd, and Kyle Petty are 6 through 10. And here's Dr. Jerry Punch with a closer look at some of the safety companies.
Race drivers' worst nightmare is fire. Richard Petty's Pontiac suddenly backfires, igniting fuel spilling from the filler can. Gasman Robert Calicut is engulfed by a billowing inferno. His limbs and chest ablaze, he leaps across pit wall in search of aid. Firemen wrestle him down and extinguish a flame, but it's almost too late. This human torch suffered second and third degree burns over 25% of his body. Richmond, Virginia. Butch Miller's spinning Chevrolet is rammed by Rick Wilson. The fuel cell explodes and fire again is unleashed. Neither Wilson nor Miller were burned, primarily due to the efforts of this man, Bill Simpson. Simpson developed and debuted his first fireproof uniforms in 1967 at the Indianapolis 500. Here Simpson shows confidence in his product as he allows himself to be soaked with fuel and set ablaze. He burned for 20 seconds without any evidence of injury. Today, many Winston Cup drivers now model Simpson's tried and tested garments, such as three-time NASCAR champion Dale Earnhardt, and safety-conscious Darrell Waltrip, whose Nomex fireproof shoes match well with his tailored Tide uniform. And then there's Bill Elliott, whose flaming red suit serves as fitting complement to his red hair. A few years ago, the Bell Race Star people, known for their expertise in developing safety helmets, began their production of similar flame-retardant clothing.
If you love cars, you'll love Auto Week, the news weekly of motoring. Every week, Auto Week puts you inside the world's most exciting cars. GTs, sports sedans, collector cars, 4x4s, front drivers. Auto Week makes you an insider with industry news, personality profiles, old cars, columnists, the best classified anywhere. And nobody covers racing like Auto Week. You get the fastest coverage of Formula One, sports cars, stockers, Indy cars. It's all in Auto Week, the news weekly of motoring every week. Now get a year's subscription to Auto Week. Call 1-800-554-3000 and get 52 issues at the basic price of just $23. Save 77% off the newsstand price. 1-800-554-3000. Operators are standing by. Call 1-800-554-3000 and let Auto Week put you in the driver's seat every week.
The product. The vehicles. The testing grounds. The results. STP oil treatment is the edge.
Back at Atlanta International Raceway, where Dale Earnhardt is just making a shambles of the Atlanta Journal 500. He passes Ricky Rudd, and that means that there are now only 7 cars in the lead lap. Let's move inside with Mark Martin. Now, remember we talked about the glare. Now, it's relatively cloudy here this afternoon, but let's find out how bad the glare is as we ride with Mark Martin.
So far, so good. Not any glare at all going in turn 3. Just a little bit of a dirty windshield. But this afternoon, if the clouds go away with that dirty windshield, it's going to be almost impossible to see.
But it seems your eyes sort of adjust to that dirt as it builds up on the windshield. Benny, I remember running dirt tracks back then, and it'd get to where people, after the race, say, how in the world could you see anything through that windshield? And, you were seeing all the time. I guess your eyes just adjust to it to some degree.
Only a half a mile of straightaways. That's where Rusty Wallace is now making up some ground, trying to go by as he just did last lap.
And he has successfully done so. And now Rusty Wallace is 1 lap down instead of 2 as he was able to pass Dale Earnhardt. Our Napa race summary. Dale Earnhardt leads, has led 168 of the 185 laps. The average speed 142.487. 6 leaders, 12 lead changes, 4 caution periods, a total of 18 laps, and 4 cars are on the lead lap. 5 running in second spot. Back in a moment.
Because there are no unimportant parts.
If you own a computer, here's how to get the most out of it without buying lots of expensive software. Get ready to write down a phone number and watch this. CompuServe combines the power of your computer with the convenience of your telephone to bring you hundreds of online services, like a complete set of encyclopedias and the AP Newswire. It helps you decide on investments, bank, make airline reservations, and shop in the electronic mall. It connects you with other computer owners and offers games that pit you against opponents around the country. You get all this and more, and it's as simple as making a local phone call. To get online with CompuServe and over 500,000 people throughout North America, see your local computer store or call 1-800-522-4477 for a free informative brochure about CompuServe. Call now to get the most out of your computer.
'83, the final race of the year at Riverside. Bill Elliott in car number 9 charges past our own Benny Parsons in turn number 9 at Riverside to take the lead late in the race. Moments later, the rain, which had threatened all day, began to fall, and the race ends under caution with Elliott taking his first Winston Cup victory after finishing second 8 times. The Winston Cup title goes to Bobby Allison, his first and only championship. Another memorable moment, and coming up at 4:30 Eastern Time here on ESPN, World Cup Soccer, USA versus Trinidad and Tobago. So be sure to be with us for that at 4:30 this afternoon here on ESPN, and then settle back tonight at 8 o'clock for some NFL action. The New York Jets against the Indianapolis Colts in the Hoosier Dome. That's at 8 o'clock tonight Eastern Time here on ESPN. Well, the leader is Dale Earnhardt in car number 3. The 27 car of Rusty Wallace is ahead of Dale on the racetrack, but Rusty is 1 lap down in 16th position. And if the race were to end right now, Rusty Wallace would be the Winston Cup champion. Into the pit area, however, as Mark Martin's very badly burned Stroh's Light Ford car number 6 is on the back of a hook. We'll be back to Atlanta right after this.
Moms in compact cars, like the hot little Dodge Shadow. Somehow, they aren't making them like they used to.
Pronto, the fastest growing name in auto parts today. Pronto, featuring quality auto parts at lower prices.
Cars aren't cheap, never have been. That's why I never take shortcuts with cheap oil and air filters. Give me AC filters every time. AC filters match the original specs on my cars like a nut on a bolt.
When you need to know about auto parts, ask the pro at Pronto.
1986, another year of first-time winners. Rusty Wallace captures his first at the Valleydale Meets 500 at Bristol, Tennessee. Bobby Hillin becomes the youngest winner in the modern NASCAR era with a victory at Talladega. Kyle Petty takes his first checkered at Richmond. Dale Earnhardt won his second Winston Cup championship. Cale Yarborough, Richard Petty, Bobby Allison, Terry Labonte, Darrell Waltrip, Dale Earnhardt, and Bill Elliott. Here comes the checkered flag. There's the end of the race. Dale Earnhardt wins the Atlanta Journal 500. But Rusty Wallace has become the 1989 Winston Cup champion.
Bob, he is the 20th different driver to win the championship since it all started back in 1949.
Here comes Rusty Wallace finishing that last lap.
It's official now. There he crosses the line. Rusty Wallace wins the Winston Cup.
They are jumping and celebrating. Barry Dotson, congratulations. You are the Winston Cup champions. They are having a moment here together. The crew chief, Barry Dotson and Rusty Wallace, they have worked together for so long, and so long they have waited this moment. They certainly deserve it. Barry, congratulations, partner.
Well, I'm not sure we won it. I tell you, the way the day's gone, it's just, I told you a while ago, I said, somebody's testing us. Rusty said, I can't believe it, the way the day's gone. We didn't lay back. We did as hard as we could.
In just a moment as Rusty Wallace takes another Winston Cup victory lap. Wallace has climbed out of his car and now climbs in a convertible for a victory lap around Atlanta International Raceway. He has won the Winston Cup for 1989, finishing in 15th position and ending up 12 points ahead of Dale Earnhardt. Quite a moment for Rusty Wallace as he took a couple of victory laps around the racetrack, then pulled in, jumped on the top of his car, and now has gone into a convertible. Well, let's go to Victory Lane now for our Winner's Circle interview being brought to you by the Die Hard Battery. Now with more power when you need it most, Dick Berggren.
Well, Dale Earnhardt, you could not have done more than you did today to try to win this championship, leading so many laps, such a strong run.
Well, we did all we could do. If he didn't have enough trouble, we ran hard as we could go, and I want to thank everybody for the good job they did today and all year, the Goodwrench guys, and good year, and it's AC and everybody that helped us this year. They did a good job, and I'd like to thank all my race fans out there. They stood behind us all year, and it's been a good year for us. We're looking forward to Christmas now and the 1990 season.
And you still got a smile on your face, jumped out of the car and waved at the crowd, and they gave you a big round of applause.
Well, that's all you can do now. You win the race, but you run second, so we did all we could do. If we just hadn't had that bad luck at Charlotte, I think we'd have been okay, but just don't win championships.
Did you know where Rusty was in the last few laps?
Well, I knew he was up there in front of me. If I could get another lap on him, whether it made a difference or not, I don't know. But, he just didn't have enough bad luck today.
Well, Dale Earnhardt, Victory Lane, he didn't have enough bad luck either, but he had some great luck in order to wind up here. His wife Teresa's with him. You're going to go hunting tomorrow and let all this go by.
Yeah, we're going to go relax now.
Okay, Dale Earnhardt's going to take a couple of days off. He's going to get a kiss from his wife right now. Well deserved.
Been a great season for Dale Earnhardt. This is the reaction that Rusty Wallace had when he got out of his race car underneath the banner showing him as the 1989 Winston Cup.
Die Hard, America's most trusted replacement battery. The one over 65 million have stepped up to. Now Sears introduces the most powerful Die Hard battery ever. New Die Hard, more power when you need it most.
ESPN, the Total Sports Network.
I can't believe it's our last night here.
I know.
You want to go to a movie or something?
Not really, do you?
Are you kidding? I don't even want to stand up.
Smooth, mellow. Tonight, make it Michelob.
Service of ESPN, the Total Sports Network. ESPN presents the world's ultimate driving machine. You'll see coverage of the U.S. Open, British Open, PGA Championship, and year-long excitement from the PGA Tour. There's also the precision of the Lady Lynxsters and fun from tee to green with those swinging seniors. Join the world's greatest golfers for heart-stopping and heart-breaking thrills all year long on ESPN.
1, 2,
3,
4.
Health and fitness is that easy with ESPN's midday workout. 1. Denise Austin starts with workout and health tips. 2. Ada's basic exercises increase muscle strength and flexibility. 3. Jalad's aerobics are designed for cardiovascular fitness. 4. Corey Everson helps change and improve the shape of your body. Start your midday workout weekdays at 11 a.m. Eastern on ESPN. It's that easy.